What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players, and get ready for a spine-chilling showdown here in the Outlast Arena League. It's the formidable Army of Five in their ominous black attire, prepared to face off against the relentless force that is F5. It is going to be an absolute banger. I am one of your tipsy tour guides, the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner, co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome, everyone, to the Outlast Arena playoffs. We have finally hit that magical point in the season where it is do or die time, my friend. Single elimination bracket, and we are in the quarterfinals. Getting to see F5 Esports versus Army of 5 Black. Now, these two teams, F5 coming in as that top seed, the top dog coming in here. But the last time we cast Army of 5 Black, Catalyst put up 23. That's kind of a magic number because we've also casted this F5 team with Stealth getting 23 in the Outlast qualifiers. So it's a battle of the 23 and me, apparently. So here we go. We're getting everyone in the lobby and ready. Thing is, when Army of 5 Black did it, it wasn't enough to win the game. So even dropping 23 wasn't enough. Can they do it this time to push themselves to the semifinals here in the Outlast Arena League, my guy?
Hey, you said it. 23 and me. Siege is in our DNA, my friends. This and what two names to be going head to head this evening. Catalyst. Something that says it's supposed to be huge and a game changer, momentum shifter versus Stealth from F5, the quiet killer, the knife in the background. I think this is going to be a huge match. What maps are we headed to, Mr. Whiskey Run?
It's the playoffs, right? So we're in a best of 3 tonight, and we're getting to see Clubhouse, my personal favorite, Chalet, and going to your favorite Border. What a lineup, my guy.
Yeah, let's just say huge shout outs to the teams here banning Oregon out of the gate. We just love that here at the Siege Double Shot. It's Oregon, it's a fine map, it's whatever, but not having to see it, getting to see the depth in the map pool for both of these teams, man, well, look at what we're getting to watch. I mean, it's about to be a freaking show. Each of them vying for supremacy here in this, would you say, quarterfinals, right?
That's right. We're in the quarterfinals, and it's not Nighthaven. We're not getting to see the new map, but the fact that we're getting to see Chalet and Border just feels like a pretty good set for playoffs here, right? The classic maps, but not the ones that have been overplayed, right? Clubhouse still has a great feel to it based on the latest iterations of how these teams are playing the setup. So I'm happy with the map pool we've got tonight in this best of 3. One of these teams is going home. The winner moving on to the semifinals here. And in the Outlast series, this 3-tiered division series, the Arena, the teams that win the Arena get the opportunity promoted up into the Outlast Contender League for next season. And that is a huge piece of the pie because they're fighting for more money, more prestige in the next up league. And the Outlast Contender Leagues, they're fighting for their chance to be in the Outlast Classic Series, going up against those T2 teams that you know and love from Element 2 and some of the other big series. So it's a fun place to be right now, and these guys are fighting for it.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's a best of 3, and I can't wait to get into it. It's Clubhouse, it's Chalet, it's Border. These maps bring about just really an incredible amount of fun. Clubhouse is got some standard play. We're gonna see Cash CCTV as that potential terse site area. Chalet, Age of Verticality, and Border, baby. It's soft breach central. So yeah, it's got the potential to be an incredibly wonderful matchup, barn burn. And you know both these teams. If you've ever watched the Siege Double Shot, you have watched A5 Black and you have watched F5, and you know that they are certified gunners. Aggressive on defense, aggressive on attack. This is going to be around. This is going to be a match, at least for this first map. This is going to be a match that has most of the action happening within the first minute of the game. I almost guarantee.
And if we go to Border, the number of times part of the Columbus land this weekend with the collegiate teams, how many times we played Border, it was crazy. That map seemed to be entering the fast-paced pool, and it was fun to see all of the different strats these guys were bringing out. So hopefully we're going to get a chance to see that tonight. But both of these teams hoping that we're wrong, they want to take it in two and not even get to that decider map. So we're only going to see that if we can get to that point. We've got everybody in. We've got at least one ready. I think we're about at that point, my guy.
It's time. It's time in a world where two teams are trying to gain all of the momentum. F5 Esports versus A5 Black. I love that. F5 versus A5. I mean, this is a showdown. Okay, so we are getting very close. If you sit back, relax, till you drink up to the tippy top, because when we come back, we're coming at you with some live siege. Ayo!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. It's time, my friends. Clubhouse is the battleground. F5 takes on A5, and we are getting into the ban phase. Probably going to be, this is the map that we see some of the off picks. I wonder if F5 going to bring an off pick to the board. Could be that Hibana. Could be the Ying. We've seen
Maverick.
the Ram and the Monty. Yeah, there's just so many possibilities for this second one. Dokkaebi, of course, being that classic.
I mean, yeah, she still continues to be banned out at a ridiculously high rate in every league that we get a chance to cast in. And there it is, Hibana coming out, the Hatch Queen, really trying to protect that basement setup. The odds are then that's probably followed up with a Kaid as well to help make the if you're gonna ban Hibana, then having Kaid off the board helpful as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's or maybe the Tubero, right? We still got that. Yeah, exactly. Still got that FPS bug going on, and that kind of, I don't know. Gentleman's agreement doesn't always hold up for the Tubero rule. Don't play him till he's fixed. So he is going to see the ban. Last one off the board. Now here's the question: is it the Mira or is it the Fenrir? It's A5, so I don't think they're going to probably get rid of that Mira.
No, I don't think so either.
Oh, did we do predictions?
We just did.
Let's go.
Just did. You didn't miss it, Will. We are back. It's there. And yeah, definitely thanks for joining us. Getting into this, map 1 of this best of 3, F5 Esports versus A5 Black in the playoffs here. We're in Outlast Arena League. The winner moving on to those semis. The loser out for the rest of the tourney, my guy.
Yep, what are they taking if they lose? The proverbial bus ride home. Let's check it out. Let's talk about it. Whiskey heading up to Jim Bedroom for that first primary site here. And it's going to be that onion layered dip setup. We've got the castle. Well, actually, it starts off with Cade, that first line of defense. Try to hold those barricades closed. Next line of defense, holding that Cade and helping them is going to be the castle. On the gym wall, the highway windows. And then that third layer of defense is going to be the nearest bathroom area and potentially on that logi hold.
5 seconds left.
And there it is. A little bit on a strange side though, right? Putting the mirror on the right side instead of the left leaves them pretty open and accessible to that logi hatch. So a bit of a question mark on where the mirror is set up. But I mean, hey, we're casters, not players. So
That's right. Protecting themselves here from the runouts. Ace getting all of his utility in place, getting themselves ready. Now, potentially here, ready to open up that CCTV cache breach. Gonna go right for it and get that drone out.
Right. Speaking of breach, we've got two of them on the board. A little bit of a switch here.
Oh, did he?
No.
Was he? He was able to recover it. He pulled it off. Oh, no, he didn't.
It just went through the
No.
Both of those going to be data.
No.
Have to rely on Ace and his 2 self-charges. Stealth to time kicks. Knight also off the board. Now takes us into a 4v4. There's still 2 minutes on the board. Yeah, that was a tough one for the Thermite. But when you're playing Gym Bedroom, one of the things that you do is you bring along that double hard breach, both Ace and Thermite. Open up that cache, construct opening themselves up to a bit of that split push.
That's right. So opening up this vertical from below, but man, that is unfortunate that the hard breach lost, that Thermite lost both of his charges there on a very late Thatcher coming in.
Yes. Trail looking to get active here on the door into cache. Flash from underneath. As he starts to push in, is he going to find one? He doesn't know this. Cade is here. He's got to know somebody's getting close. Right? Back into sight and woo-hoo! Castle just escapes with his life. The bullets fly over his shoulder.
Wow.
Use the C4 to take that off the board, but it's not going to work. They're going to go ahead and get that opened up and take away that next layer of defense. 3-3 Whiskey.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
We're not seeing any of that vertical pressure. We didn't see them open up the Logi hatch. That's interesting, right? They're saying, oh, speaking of, all right, now he's going for it. It's a late round push, 30 seconds left. Now they're getting the gym wall open, and now they got Logi open, and Trail getting ready to push into this bedroom side.
Yeah, it's sitting 3-3. It's 20 seconds left on the board. You're going to see the collapse here by the attack team. They're going to hit it all at the same time. Oh, as the shots come down onto Hat, Hector brings out Demon to take Blake off the board. Now takes this into a 2v2. Plant going down, takes it 5. Not going to claim anything. Bear to go down next. Now the cross is set up Whiskey. It's the triple kill from Demon. It's a low health versus full health scenario here. That shotgun in hand, this could still be winnable.
That's right. Kaid was playing from below for the C4 on the plant and missed it, and now this attacking team has got themselves set up in a position. They are good to go here. He's going to take one. Thatcher holding from outside.
Does he know where he's at? That's the question. A bit of a fake plant there as he's trying to lure him in, but he doesn't have very much long left, and he just had to wait for that 7 seconds now to take it over.
There it is.
Trail. The L85 going to claim the life of Cade. Give one in favor of the attack team here on Gym Bedroom starts out. All right, well, that was a pretty standard on both sides of the board. Whiskey looked pretty good. It looked exactly kind of how we thought it would play out, except for we, of course, a bit of a question mark at the ending, you know, not knowing if it's going to be the attack or the defense that'll take this. But definitely fairly standard push that just ended up in favor of the attacker's side.
That's right. Now, heading back downstairs like you called, or not back, for the first time tonight. I feel like we're always saying back, but really, this is map number 1 of the best of 3, and the first time that we're seeing the basement here. And seeing how A5 Black is going to set this up. They're playing the Kaid again. The Habana is off the board, so they're going to have to rely on a different set of operators, this Ace, and potentially the can openers here, to get some of these hatches open, because like Pengu says, we've got to find a way to move up and down in Rainbow Six Siege. The stairs are the most dangerous way to pull that off.
Take a look at this attack team. Got a bit of an off pick here as Timid puts himself onto the blitz. Now, how have we seen the shield utilized for dirt? It's been the hatch drop, right? We've seen the hatch drop or the dirt push. And both of them have been effective. We've seen this strat used before. The blitz will get up onto the door, wait for the call out, and it will be a drop hatch at the same time. Take that armor or that arsenal control early, get the plant down, and then it's a trade game to the end. Curious to see how they're going to bring this about as they do that smoke and fire plant.
So getting themselves set up now, clearing out some of this space. They're trying to get map control. They're going to go for this full top-down clear, even though they've got the blitz in place, using him as part of the roam clear, kind of like it would the Jackal, but I think a way much more fun version of roam clear here. He can just get himself in just about any room with relatively free.
And droning himself in as well. So let's take a look at that bottom floor. Do they all bunker back down? What's our roam game look like on the defensive side of it? I know we do have the Insomnia. Oh,
we had 2 upstairs in garage. Catalyst playing Swamp here. Gonna put the hurt on, but no. Stealth gets him there with Buck. Long range shot. Gonna take 2 of the defenders off the board. 3v5 here halfway into this round.
And it looks like Cade's set up to do a bit of Cade tricking here on this kitchen hatch. But it could be a scenario. I think they're going to be able to open that thing up. Well, they'll really apply. They really start to apply that pressure, that vertical pressure. Yeah, it's going to be an easy call. Hatch going to be opened up. Getting eyes on these defenders.
Look at this attacking team getting themselves ready for this kitchen drop. But the problem was Cade tricked that one and got it closed, took one of the can openers off. So they had one extra just in case. They're ready for this.
5v3 here. Last 40 seconds ringing out, and here we go. This is going to be the dirt push we talked about. Blitz coming around, taking the scenic route. Going to apply some of that horizontal pressure, and really it's going to focus on this Cade who's holding that main, right? They get this Cade off the board. Into onto main or into the B side here, and there you hear him. Blitz in action. A little bit of shot on the Cade. Down to half. And then now into a 5v2. They do flash overnight into a 5v1 into a 5v none. Is F5 going to have a flawless round on the turn Arsenal attack?
We thought the complete push was coming from upstairs, but no, they really split that thing up. You had almost 4 defenders playing upstairs and kitchen with about 40 seconds left in the round. At that point, they got the hatch open and then completely split up. We saw Blitz run back upstairs, get himself out to dirt. We saw Stealth come down main stairs, and we saw the hatch drop. They were congregated in that area, got all of the defensive utility out of place, got all of their entryways into sight, opened up and ready, and then they split up and ran it at the same time. It's a good push there from the F5 Esports team. They go up 2 to head into round 3.
Yeah, good. So we're gonna take a look at it. It's going to be back up to the gym bedroom site. We're going to kind of run it back, right? Cade is that first layer. Castle is the second. Mirror is the third. Should have proved to be necessary. Really, that's the fourth layer tied with Catalyst on the Wamai. This is a very layered defense that really has the potential to pay for against this tech team, and that's what we need to see, right? We got to have A5 get that edge take the rest on the laurels of the trade game.
Look who we got on the attacking side. Knight bringing out an op we definitely do not see very often. In addition to the Amaru from Timid, bringing out the Sens.
Are we going for a bit of a quick plant here?
Not a
Listen, Sens
bit.
is not
This looks like it
indicative
could
of
be.
slow gameplay, right? Amaru gets to the hatch, Sens sends it through. They open up and hold the cross from Hot Tub. Oh, Bob's your uncle. That is exactly what we could be seeing here. And from this aggressive F5 team, I would not be surprised in the least bit. Gonna try to kick it for.
Oh,
Damn, that was an interesting attempt there. Falls back a little bit. They've got 3 walking. Right, we do have that full extension into Cash and CCTV, but they are not letting up any as they're holding 3 on that Hot Tub pre-shot.
the defense here a little bit spread out as well. They've got some presence, not just inside, but over on the CC side as well. From Warden, still continuing to play top red. Watching, but not a lot of attacking presence over on this side of the map right now. Like you said, focus mostly on the Hot Tub side, but also a little bit of pressure from below. Stealth coming in, looking for anyone playing on this hatch. We saw a tremendous amount of hatch play in some of our previous games. It's become such an important part of the game of Siege, that vertical play. Boy, Castle escaping with his life.
No kidding. Jeff, he's seen the Matrix. He knew exactly what to do. Okay, so here's what you're seeing, folks. They've got it in place now. Set up, unfortunately, on the grenade. Sends set up now, right at the highway window. Got Timid underneath Mario looking for the chance to push up inside and keep that execute going. With a 5-5, Sens going out. They're going to get behind the gym to win. Double kills, Kitchen to take 2 of them. Get these guys. It's a 2v4 now, and they are still getting it down. Amaru going to take that kill, get back down, going for the execute yet again. Instead, into the regroup here as they try to suss out how to bring it back around.
Oh, it was the quick plant. They pulled it off, got the execute in, but the defender that stuck their head in at the last second, cutting through the green. Timid.
Yowza.
Wow, that plant going down causes trying to find his way in. They're through the bathroom, gonna take down Stealth, and is he gonna be able to kill the planter? Plant is down, so now Timid hiding and has absolutely run completely far away, made their way all the way out. This is what a game of cat and mouse. It's the route that we just saw Mira take, in order to get that kill. I was gonna say, boy,
Timid.
did she position herself perfectly, but no. Timid.
I just gotta say, that was an incredibly heads-up play. It was a bit of a risk, right? It was a bit of a question mark as he jumps out the window and starts the full rotate post plant in a 1v1, mind you, Whiskey. But pays off in the end because didn't stick it on that first try. Thought it was going to be a trap. Goes down to go for it again and gets caught on the shoulder. Really heads up play by F5 Esports, who is firing on all cylinders at this current moment. 3 in the attacking favor. Kind of done on some pretty crazy types.
I love that we saw a quick plant there on Gym Bedroom. Through the hatch, the Amaru play, plus the sends. Warden was able to dodge it for a second, but once they took down Warden, able to replant. And then the fact that we saw Mira make the trip through the bathroom and then Amaru make the exact same trip back through the bathroom to deny her the defuse was some Siege poetry, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, F5 is definitely setting out on kind of what some of those newer metas are. And here's what's really incredible about it is they're not doing it against some lowly T4 team, right? They're pulling these moves off against A5 freaking Black. This is not a team to be snuffed at, So the fact that you're sitting up 3-0, it's feeling good. It's feeling good. Now to hear that same game plays, we're going to see the Blitz back on the board. Timid quickly becoming one of my favorite players. He does the cab, he does the Blitz, man. I'm a big fan of that. No bias towards any team, of course, especially not these two teams. I love both of them very much.
I mean, playing Siege unconventionally, right? That's the thing that I think we're liking to see that makes this team great, and what makes some of the Siege that we get to cast great is unconventionality, right? When you see a lot of the common setups in Siege and you see the same sites played over and over, this little bit of extra is what makes the game fun and exciting, and I'm glad we're getting to see it here tonight.
Agreed. It's the trade. Demon Catalyst both knock each other out of the game. 4-4 with the last minute and 44 starting to ring out and start to do exactly what we talked about on the last map, right? You bring 2 hard breachers to a Gym Bedroom setup because this is site city and you got to open up every single part of it. It's going to be the Mira calling out for the Ash to get a little bit of support. Boom, there you go.
There it is. Breaking that window, gets Blitz set up here, ready. Got a bit of a cross setup, trying to get stealth in position. They're going to open up this, at least one of these windows. Still got the second one closed off, so going to have to find a way to get themselves in. Blitz on his way into Logi, taking out the Warden, but he's got the glasses on.
Really heads up play by the Warden there as he's able to climb it up and get the kill, but he doesn't survive the now it's 3v2. There's 47 seconds left. Blitz coming in behind that Mira. He sees the Cade. It's going to be dangerous. And Cade finds the kill. Traveler takes 0 out now to a 2v1 into a 2v9. And it's F5 with showing a dominant performance here on attack. Exactly how to play it. Yeah. And honestly, I mean, F5's looking really good. A5 is not a team to be messed around with, and to put up 4-0 in the initial onslaught, not bad. But here's the deal. It's all about that adaptation, right, Whiskey? So, they've seen how they played Gym Bedroom several times. They've seen how they played Church and Arsenal. Or, on attack is not unheard of. If A5 can take 1 or 2 of the next 2 rounds, they're still going to be sitting pretty good going into their defense. But that's the thing, is they got to find a way to slow them down.
Well, and like you said, right, we've got this opportunity. This is a best of 3. We've got plenty of time here for A5 to try and find, what's the style of play that they want to counter this very aggressive attacking team with, right? Playing a little bit unconventionally. That means that some of the strats that we see in Clubhouse are very effective for a reason, is because they've been well practiced, and when the team is very good at executing them, we see them work reliably. So a little bit of unconventionality on the F5 team could be a bit of a boost here for A5 if they can figure out how to adapt to it.
Okay. Here we go. Defense, we talked about bringing some slowdown. Well, they did exactly that in this Church Arsenal. Going to make an appearance, as well as the key players. I love the Malusi call here, right? Had a bit of a drop off after that last rework. Kind of nerfed the Malusi in the rank. But in this util, from util meta, we're starting to see the rise of the Malusi. But on the attacking side of it, we're going to see a new op. See the new op. Now he's going to bring out Ram, that boogie woogie, baby. Playing some of this verticality, especially in that hallway.
Got to continue the strategy of finding, clearing out all of the map control here as second floor. Making sure that we're not seeing any defenders playing upstairs. So even though they're playing very aggressive on attack, also taking that time to make sure that they've got all of this map control in place. And this defensive team basically bunkered themselves back downstairs. All of the defenders down. We're still more than half the round left. All 5 downstairs, ready and waiting.
All right, let's go. And did you see the chat there was
That's
now we
right.
see ourselves in a 5v5, and look at all of this intel being put out by the Stolas. We talked about the gadget being incredibly OP. Well, you can see it from across the map, folks. Doesn't matter what you're on. The drone, the gadgets, these it all. A tricking on the kitchen hatch, so they're going to go opt for the Moto instead.
That's right. Gonna get that thing open. Yes, Thatcher having to use 2 of those. He's got 1 left. So they've got this Moto open and ready, and Knight taking the first, trying to find their way. They've got, look at all of this. They're going to use that boogie to open up the floor in kitchen, just like you'd expect, and look at that.
Really effective use of the man here. But here's the thing. None of that hallway opened up. They still got that secondary with the buck that could open up the hallway area if they need it as well. So it's 5v4 with 37 seconds left. We're back into that 20-second meta. I'm going to see how the attack team is going to try to collapse on the Titan. Attackers out there several times.
Attackers have recovered their
First
diffuser.
engagement. Catalyst being able to
And Solus is getting herself ready for a run out into kitchen on this big flank. Look at this, my guy. 1.
15 seconds left.
Oh, I thought she was going to be able to grab 2, but now she's fighting from above. It is all down to Solus, and they have got her number ready and waiting. They cleared out the basement, even though she was on the flank, not able to make the switch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me try to.
All right, here we go into round 6. F5 Esports up 5-0 to start with on this A5 black team. I'll tell you what, man, walking into this, that was not the prediction that I was thinking we were going to see, especially when we saw this A5 black team put up so many kills on the previous map we casted them. But A5 or F5 in that first place in the division for a reason, for sure, because they're playing lights out right now.
How do we sound now?
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
All right.
A little bit. Should I turn it up a little more?
Yeah. Yeah, turn her up a little bit more, my guy. And here we go, getting set up. Like you said, this layered defense, bringing out a couple of changes with the Jaeger in place, bringing out those ADSs. But Mira going to continue to be a staple, an important part of this defense, getting herself in place and ready to cover from a defensive perspective, but they've got them in place. And the Ashe continuing to be a very effective counter to Mira. So continuing, I think we're going to see the meta shift here again. I thought we were going to see it more, to be honest. I thought we were going to see Mira's pick rate drop off a little bit more, just with how effective that Ashe had been. But right now, continuing to be a big part of this defensive lineup.
Well, cast your cursor off the board, Catalyst's going to find Knight. And that's going to be the way they deal with Mira outside of these salvage cards. So that's a good way to do it, right? Just take her off the board. Timmy going to find the next death. His army of 5 finds himself body bound for the first time. Oh,
there it is.
Ripped off the board. Now it's all on the shoulders of Trail. This last round of the half, and he's just going to get active. He's just going to push up. Finds one on the back of the hair. Takes the cam out. He's going to rotate around to that red area, trying to take a look at the hatch, trying to find any sort of kill that's going to really start to equalize that body. The show to the head, that means he's getting some intel on where some fools might be. He's got plenty of time to try and suss out where the heck they're at.
That's right. And it was just crazy to see the C4 on the Logi hatch. I distinctly remember an SI game where we were seeing one of the attackers spend a lot of time trying to get that hatch open, carefully trying to avoid the C4. That's exactly why. Perfectly placed C4 there from the defender, taking it out before the attackers could open that hatch. And Trail, gonna take a minute and think about it. He's thinking about Chalet. He's already one map ahead. It's only 5-0 though. A5 can come back here. Don't be going to Chalet yet. It's not time.
Oh, super funny. You know, and it occurs to me, isn't Trail the one we watched get the hatch kills on Chalet as well, from the basement to the top of Mez?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. So dangerous position to be put in, but they're gonna hold up and wait. It's a bit of a faux timeout.
Ego peeked the stage hatch, we hear from the F5 team, but no, A5 wants to win this. He is gonna do it.
Of course he is. You've got still 3 people alive. That's all I say.
Right? Why not? You know, take it. He goes for it, and he goes for the crouch drop rather than the prone drop. It was not a bad call there, and gonna try and find maybe one more, but we're gonna see this A5 team grab their first round and potentially the momentum shift here now as we see them take a 5-1 half for F5 in favor. Now we get to see how is A5 Black gonna handle their attacking half and to set themselves up for a huge comeback here.
Yeah, and you know what? It took a second for the engine to get warmed up, but A5 took that last round dramatically, my friend. So, a bit of a comeback? Well, maybe. F5 going to be going on to the defense, and I think that's where the problem lies for A5. F5 is definitely an aggressive defensive team. They find those early in. A5 going to be caught on the back foot for the rest of the rounds here. How's the mics down now? Is that better?
Yeah, better. There was a bit of a discussion on Twitter about what's the right way to set up this church wall. What are we going to see this F5 team do? Putting up 2, going to leave that third one open?
Yep, they set it up the correct way.
You're not the only one that said that the double is the only correct way. Also, bit of a question about, is that mirror going to go on the church wall? My guess is yes. We're going to see it on that middle reinforced.
I wouldn't mind.
Attackers are heading out.
Instead of it being put on the blue, I wouldn't mind seeing a mirror being. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Something on stage that's really holding down, or maybe a bit of the mirror sitting in the corner trick, you know, where you just walk past, don't even see her. Yeah, now that.
Hey, this is comp, my guy. We're not playing quick match strats, but it would be funny, you know, and that's what we talked about. Seeing this F5 team play unconventionally, trying to get the A5 Black team a little bit off their axis, throwing for a loop, and they were pretty successful there on their attack, winning 5. So here it is. We're going to see a run out from the Solus, or at least an attack here on Highway. She had herself set up and ready for it.
That's one of the things about Solus. That's what makes her so good, is her ability to run out and just feed intel from everywhere. And that can't get caught on the flank. You have to deal with her. That is the truth.
And Blake in here made this jumped into the second floor, but we're seeing a much bigger defensive presence up here on the 2F site. We did not see A5 Black take this much, you know, have this much control upstairs. Seeing this team slow down, we're still seeing most of the attacking team on 2F, and we're a minute and a half into this round.
Yep, so still trying to live to his namesake, but he is going to lose the battles. He gets taken off the board on the trade with 0, taking us into a 4-4. So feels pretty good if you're the defense here, right? Minute and 22 still on the clock. Just finally have got that top floor control. Everybody else has been bunkered down, so you really put yourself in a position to hold and get that early secondary pick. They have that trade game. The minute left, that feels pretty good.
They've got themselves, yeah, bunkered back down in the basement. The A5 team just getting themselves set up slowly, trying to clear out some of this map control still, making sure that everybody's downstairs. And the C4 out. Is it going to catch anyone here in the kitchen?
No.
Timid. I've seen it done, and I've seen it done poorly, but that one done well, my friend. Look at this, the double C4 upstairs, not going to catch one, and it's going to take the other C4 off the board. Unfortunate and close. Here we go, that hatch going to be opened up, Buck getting that thing open. They're getting themselves a lot of kitchen control at this point, and putting some downward pressure.
Ying Candelas hits the drop. They're getting themselves down and ready to plant. There it goes. Buck gonna find himself 50, taking it to 75. Sledge the next to fall. They're gonna stick this plant now in a 3v2. It's the post-plant scenario as the attackers become defenders and the defenders become attackers. Knight gonna take Blake off the board now. Into a 2v2, into a 2v1, all resting on the shoulders of Buck now as he is jiggle peeking, bobbing and weaving, finds one on the rotate, needs to have one more to get it, and it's the prone position. The rat angle gets ratted, and that's gonna be an attacker win. A5 coming alive.
Woo, okay. The start of the comeback potentially here. We've seen them take 2 in a row. Saw F5 take their 5 in a row to start. If you're just joining us, it's the first map of a best of 3 with F5 versus A5. Here we go, and they took the first 5 there. Now going 2 in a row here for A5 Black. That's exactly the start they needed to this attacking half.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta be perfect for 3 more in here. Well, not perfect. Gotta find 3 more dubs. We're not on a match point scenario. So for a bit of right? We're the ace for that double breach. Interesting pick here. But we are gonna see a very similar setup by F5 team here as Mummy and the mute in place of instead of that layer defense here, with stealth bringing along the frost here.
There's that alternative Mira setup you were talking about, right? Instead of having it in the closet facing into construction, she's got it set up in the closet facing the bedroom. The normal one there on breach, but they've left one of the walls soft. Going to invite this defense, this attacking team up to that jacuzzi wall as an alternative to the normal hold we see on jacuzzi.
Yeah, it's a very heads-up play here by F5, and let's see if they can capitalize on it. This just lends to what I was saying earlier, right? They're just having a great season, and they seem to have their finger on the pulse of what the new shift is, what the new meta shift is, and as we see it unfold, F5's on the forefront of it. We've seen the Cav plays, which I told you was coming.
You did all about the Cav for sure, getting to see her out here, and definitely a change up in the meta, how we've seen her played. We've got the Ashe. See, they've got this this mirror window in place. She's going to be able to open it up, I think, pretty easily here. They just got to get a little bit more control opened up on this jacuzzi wall, potentially get a better angle there for Ashe.
And open it up.
Dropping a double. There it is. Likely got that thing open now.
Not open.
Cracked.
Hey, trade's ringing out. find one, but Blake gonna lose his life. The Stealth answers on the trade back. It's 4v3 with 1:17, and Stealth looking to capitalize on that Logi drop, which they were able to get just a little bit there. Oh no, we didn't see him, but the was gonna take him off the board. Catalyst getting now in position, trying to find that. He does get it. He traded out. He finds it on the picks now into a 2v2. Holy cow, Whiskey. Plant going down.
That's right, Plant going down here. Gonna get a kill on the planter. Yes, he does! All up to Thermite now. He's in the bathroom. The C4 comes out. Still waiting on the stairs. Gonna grab another. Was that a 3K, my friend?
You know, it was a bit of a question mark on the crossplay. Just because of the rework, right? The Frost isn't the instant death that it used to be. But Stealth, man, really making me eat my words on that one, and puts himself to be vital, putting themselves on a match point round. It's 6-2 in favor of F5. Now A5 got to be perfect for 4 of them, Whiskey. What's win conditions here?
Okay, so they're working on their adaptability here, handling the play that we're seeing from this attacking team. They had, or from this defending team, they had an interesting setup again going into Jet Bedroom. Not the typical setup, mirror in the different location, leaving the wall soft so that way they couldn't get set up on Jacuzzi, right? Normally you see the attacking team get themselves set up, open up the wall they want, everybody in position, but with that wall open, there's plenty of places for the defenders to get some angles on them to put pressure. I think that was a great way to handle that again. Just putting a little bit of like a throwing off this A5 black team. What can they do at this point? Continue to fight unconventionally as well. But since we're seeing the CCTV cache, the Monty play into Garage has been very effective for the A5 team. They've got that strat well practiced. We saw it in action and successfully pulled off twice the last time we watched this team. So I wonder whether or not it was a good call here for F5 to take them to this site, because this is the one I expect that they're going to be able to do pretty well on.
Bigger on the board, as I was talking about it. Here's why I like this site now, Whiskey, and I know, weird to say it, it's the extension downstairs. Right? I know they put themselves in a hold on to that garage area easily. The hatch gets opened up. You've got the verticality from underneath. You can stop that Monty play from pushing up onto the catwalk from both catwalk and around. You know, I'm starting to become a fan of CCTV again, especially the Cap's extension. Slow down with the zombie as well.
Oh, a missed Kiba. No, that's unfortunate there from this this defending team. That Kiba, I think she was trying to hit the stairs, but just barely missed it. Gonna go on the wall in an ineffective place. Gonna see Monty pushing himself around. I guess deciding that maybe the stairs wasn't the play, being unconventional. I like it, seeing Blake take an alternative route here towards the site.
Need to reload.
You talked about this earlier, and match to be fixed shots inside a Logi stealth. Active deletion. Ooh, a quick pre-fire, not coming out, however. But it's Catalyst versus Stealth. Stealth sitting at 10-4, Catalyst at that 8-8. They are going back and forth, my friend. You called it.
That's right, fighting their way back and forth. And 2 of those top frags on these teams, playing out exactly the way we wanted to see it. Monty's rotated himself back down. We thought we might see this 2F take, but no. With a minute left, he's back at Garage, and his support staff is done. That's unfortunate. Capital falling, and that's Catalyst. So now, got to try and push his way up with the Ramai playing Rafters, plus support there from the defense, and he gets 1, 2! Blake!
No freaking way!
Just keep shooting until the mag is empty. That's the strat, and he pulled it off. They take 1 with F5 sitting on match point and go up 6-3 at this point. What a clutch up there from Monty. Blake playing on the Monty there.
I was just about to start talking how in a 2v1 scenario, Monty is not your ideal choice because you don't have a weapon to fire back with. But I'm glad I didn't get it out because holy shit, Whiskey. That was some fine Monty play on the double clutch.
He didn't hear it. He wasn't interested in understanding what you had to say at that point because he was going to clutch it up with the pistol. What a shot there, too, from all the way across the garage. I mean, he had the close range shot on Wamai, but to take the long range there to do the extra damage, that was a sight to see.
Yowza. Why we've seen Monty banned out in so many other regions because he is incredibly powerful. The mountain
5
himself,
seconds left before
the
insertion.
walking same too much up.
Attackers
Last
must locate
round.
and defuse the
3
bomb.
more for 8-5 left. It's a good start.
And the
Sounds like
thing...
the defense. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say about this defense, right? One of the things we're seeing is the some of the same ops coming out, but the roles changing, right? We're seeing this F5 team, right? Stealth was playing, I think, on the Solus, but not content to just stick with one operator. Gonna find everyone doing a little bit of switch up there, which I think really shows to the adaptability of the team, right? Either Solus or Stealth playing it. Knight, was Knight playing on a zombie last round as well? Or was that another switch up?
I can't recall, to be honest with you.
I love the fact that we're seeing that, though, and Catalyst been saying his name, talking about this battle between him and Stealth to start with. There it is, grabbing one and playing on the Jackal. There's that roam clear. We saw it. We saw F5 do it with the Blitz. Catalyst gonna get it done with Jackal.
Yeah, and Jackal's a really good call for that road clear as well, right? Because you can turn that gadget on, and all it takes, all you need is just a quick glance into the room to see that nobody's been in there in the last few minutes, right? No greens, no yellows, no reds. Keep walking. On the other side of it, hunting down the Solus pretty damn.
I mean, that's the important part, right? Solus is the main counter that you've got on the defense to the Jackal play, at least in this defensive lineup they brought here in the current meta. So taking her off the board as the first kill, huge, because now Jackal's going to be able to use his ability unhindered the rest of this round. Doesn't have to worry about getting sussed out by Solus, which was that main worry. Gonna get it! Oh.
It's gonna lose his life in the process. Kicks to take Demon off the board. Now body bounce heavily in favor of A5. 4 seconds left on the clock. There's a bit closer to equalizing. It's still in the battle between Stealth and Catalyst there. Not effective though on the K tricking. It's a unfortunate
just grabs the toes of that defender and gonna find here the last 25 seconds of this round. Still a 3v4, plenty of bodies on both sides to make something happen. Seeing the hatch trap come out from the attackers. Catalyst gonna grab a double.
Okay, now 12 seconds. They find it. They find one. Not going to be able to find the other one. Is Blake going to take trail off the board? That's going to be another win in favor of the attackers, bringing them that much closer to the scoreline.
Let's go, my friend. Okay, A5. Soon as F5 got on match point here, they turned it up another notch. They're playing more aggressively. They're playing like they want to try and win this thing. And this is, if you're just joining us, it's a best of 3 between these two teams in the Outlast Arena playoffs, fighting for this spot in the semifinals. We're on the first map. We're going to Chalet and Border as the decider if required. So, both wanted to take this first victory, and A5, I felt like so far has made more of the adaptations here. And putting in a few rounds here at the end that have been pretty amazing here to try and hold on to this attacking side to get a win in. F5 though, they want to clean it up and hold them right here, right now, and send it to Chalet.
So to do so, they brought out a little adaptation. On the board. use that intel, try to get that
5 seconds to
C4.
go.
Did you say C4? 3 of them on the board, ready to do some of that damage.
Attackers
The
are
zombie
moving
there
out
to
to
do the
locate a bomb
impact
and defuse it.
tricking as well. Yeah, this could be a very explosive round. Good thing that we got Finka on the board because I almost guarantee you there's going to be a C4 down and a Finka reboost. If she's alive to do so.
Got most of this defending team downstairs pretty early. A little bit of rotate up there from Valkyrie trying to get her cams in place. It's the intel meta of Siege, so plenty of places for her to get those cams in to get some intel. But like I said, basically most of the team downstairs except for Stealth on the Warden roaming up here in the garage. Nobody from the attacking team pushing in, so he's going to settle himself down. Position here to potentially flank.
Yeah, potentially get that flank or wait for that late round approach towards that oil pit area. It's going to be 2F verticality, but they're going to try to take it all the way down. It's one of the things I love about the logic in the kitchen play. Oh, they got
That's right. Knew exactly where it was. He's going to block it off, give him the sound cue there. So if they try and drop that oil pit and follow him downstairs, going to give away some of that positioning.
Got a pre-prep C4 there. Ready to let loose if Mira decides. Not 5, however. Last minute, 35. Down,
Need to reload. Up and running.
Thatcher, come on. He's got to get on over here so they can try and get this moto open. They're going to get it, and Cade going for the trick. Going to be successful? No.
Nope.
Not going to be successful. But he does survive with his life this time. The last time he tried tricking that hatch, was able to get taken down from a well-placed shot from the attackers as they had themselves set up and ready to attack the hatch as soon as it went off. But the C4, a double from Trail, that is huge. We got a minute left, and now it's a 5v3.
That was a pre-play C4. That's huge. What a heads-up play there by Trail. He takes the body balance in a 5v3 with 40 seconds left. Here. Look at this. I'm trying to get that prone, pwned, and owned.
There's one. Blake grabbing another. He's been on a tear these last couple rounds. Gonna try and get Valkyrie down there. Oh, I thought she ripped that C4, but no. Not gonna push. Stealth trying to hold this angle behind the deployable and covering the entrance to dirt.
Now into a 3v2, but it's 10 seconds left. They take Warden down, so all on the shoulders of Mira, and now her Mira's being used against her. Whiskey gonna find one deep, and the plant is gonna go down. Catalyst on the low HP. The pre-fire, the quad. He's got to ace it to keep this bad boy alive and take the dub. Well, on a freaking tear, it's pre-fire central. He knows where he's at. He's got to get close and get that dub ready to go. It's a low health, full health scenario. Whiskey, the pre-fire. In good position. Oh, wow. Buck gonna claim that. What a dramatic end to that round. Holy cow. I'm on the edge of my seat, Whiskey.
Causes going to take it as we head ourselves into round 12. And I think we saw the timeout request come out. Indeed, we did. We saw this A5 Black team take 5 of the last 6. So they've definitely put themselves in a position to capitalize on this, I guess, what was turning out to be stagnant. F5, well, we're going to mix that up all night. F5 had a very good intro into this, obviously. Not only did they win those 5, but they looked very good doing it. It looked convincing. They weren't, weren't accidental wins. But the tide has definitely turned. The momentum shifted here for the A5 team. They're looking much more put together and taking care of this aggressive F5 team.
It's something that I touched on a little bit earlier, is that A5 is really great at that adaptation, and what they were doing, right, is they're sussing out how that game is being played by F5, and now with the adaptability on defense, makes it a little bit easier to bring it back, and with that, we're one away from tying this up and sending us to our first overtime on our first freaking map, Mike.
This is more what we expected, right? When we were down at round 6 and FI was up 5-0, we're saying this is not what we expected. But the
Defenders,
game
protect
of
your bombs
Siege
and
is
defuse
not
by
played in a single round or even a single half. A5 Black showing us why they belong to be here in the playoffs, and showing us what we were expecting at the setup more. An even matchup between two great teams. F5 gonna try and find their way to do it. The timeout buff is the question. I feel like we're down closer to 50% at this point, though. We have not seen the timeout be successful in terms of a round win following a timeout by the team that took it here in the last couple. So is F5 going to turn that around, continue the timeout buff, or is A5 going to send us to OT on map 1?
Here by F5. They are going to opt for the bandit instead of the mute, and it's going to be a double setup on that site. What do we call it? That site right? Both Azami and Castle are going to be utilized here. On the attacking side, they are going to put a bit more on take of Gym Bedroom. Both Hard Breach going to be on the board with the Ace and the Thermite. A little bit of the split, if you will.
Well, when we saw them play upstairs previously, right, we saw the F5 team set up that unconventional jacuzzi site where you've got the half of the wall soft, inviting the team to walk in, but also making it harder for them to set up. This time, opting for the alternative strategy, going for the bandit tricking to try and get this jacuzzi wall absolutely locked down, and we're seeing Thermite out there trying to find the way. Zero playing on this Thatcher. They're going to find the opening between into this bandit's trick, and going to try and drone him out to maybe get some intel and help them figure out how he's handling it.
Thatcher's up top. Is he assuming that it's a Cade, or are they... Can you bandit?
I think you can.
Interesting. Oh, okay, you can. It's going to be the first taken off the board. His body balance is going to tip in favor of F5. Just feeling good on the defense part of it and taking the entry off the board. They're just not even going to fool with it, huh?
No, it looked like, again, they were trying to get those drones set up, get them back into a position to potentially help out. They've got to get Bandit cleared off, right? So either opening up that gym wall and then opening up the castle barricade between the split, right? That's what prevents him from getting taken out and being able to Bandit trick so well. We're down to 50 seconds, though, so he doesn't even have to hold on to it with that same level of enthusiasm he was previously, because now the attacking team's going to have a hard time getting themselves set up in position with still a ton of defensive utility on the board that is uncleared.
Ooh, Catalyst is going to find Knight off the board. 30 seconds left, and this could be the shot from Stealth onto Zero. Now taking us into a 4v2. F5 trying to put this one away, and they have got it locked down. It's all on the shoulders of Thermite. Oh! And Catalyst now, the sole survivor, got to take the shot on Mira, who is lost, and now it's going to be the plant starting to go down. Takes 50, but it's a pistol popping, body dropping. F5 going to take map number 1. Yow!
Woo! All right. Congratulations there to this F5 team taking down initially here on the first map Army of 5 Black. We're going to take a quick break after we get this after this map to get ourselves set up and ready for the next, which is going to be Chalet, my friend.
A freaking O. Okay, well, sit back, relax, folks, because when we come back, it's going to be map number 2.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. So, as the battle rages on in the Outlast Arena League, in this next chapter of the best of 3 showdown, expect the unexpected as the competitors strive to outwit and outmaneuver each other in their quest for supremacy within the unforgiving confines of Chalet. We've seen some really fun, exciting gameplay on it just recently. I expect today to be no different. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. What you think, Mr. Whiskey?
Welcome back, everyone, to this best of 3 in the Outlast Arena with F5 taking on Army of 5 Black here, and we're heading to map 2, Chalet. Saw F5 squeak one out there on Clubhouse, winning 7-5 over the Army of 5 Black team. It got very close there at the end, but F5 coming away with the win. So now we head to Chalet, my personal favorite map. I'm glad that we're getting to see it tonight. Still getting the team set up in the lobby and ready, but we're close to getting this thing going, my friend.
Yeah, let's go. And just a quick check, 1, 2. Tell me what you want to do. Is this mic sounding good, chat? Did we get it fixed up? We did a bit of a switch out to make sure. And also, don't forget, get your channel points in. Time to make that prediction if you want to make us drink on the variety stream.
That's right.
And Donut, I didn't make you look like anything. Those are just clips of you, my guy. So take from it what you will.
Getting a couple kills, making it happen, and yeah, we're just about ready here to get this one going. Like I said, going back to Chalet, the map 3, the decider, if required, border, and no, you're excited about that being your favorite map, my guy.
My absolute favorite of all time, which is funny because it used to be not, right? It definitely used to be not one of my favorite maps, but the age of verticality, the util meta, the potential for the long-range devastation, I want to see it. Okay, folks, so you know the deal. I'm going to say we're going to be right back, and then everybody's going to be ready to go. So we're going to sit back, relax, fill your drinks up to the tippy top, because when we come back, it's going to be the stunning start to map number 2. What I tell you, folks? I knew it. All we had to say is that we weren't ready, and it was going to go ahead and be ready to go. It's Chalet. Let's get into the band's whiskey. What are you thinking?
Oh, great question here on Chalet. So we see the attacking team sometimes ban out again the Dokkaebi, the Ying classics. The interesting ones we see sometimes on Chalet, the Flores, but it's going to be the Ying. Incredibly high ban rate between her and Dokkaebi. Definitely the most likely banned in the competitive meta at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the second one is going to be that Dokkaebi, especially because we've got some roam game in here on Chalet. In the age of verticality, first floor's reigning supreme. Jeez, can I talk? It definitely lends for the flank. And there she goes off the board.
Well,
Could be a bit of a target ban for the next one. What do you think, Whiskey?
Yeah, I mean, do we see one of the defenders be truly devastating here on the F5 team? Not really. We saw both teams play Solus, but could be Azami maybe? Fenrir. Get him off the board. This is the last one though. We've seen the ban come out for Chubarao, and also some gentlemen's agreements to not play him in general because of the FPS problem. So 50-50 for me. It could be him or that Azami.
And it's going to be the Solus. That was the one I was a bit curious. That was the question mark. That was the great conundrum. Do you want Solus bad enough to allow the other team to play it? In this instance, the answer is no.
Yep.
Thank you, Deck. Thank you, Naj. Appreciate it.
Gonna leave Azami on the board, and also gonna leave Mira. And I know you've been saying this for the last couple times we've cast this squad, but Timid bringing out the Cav.
Let's
Defenders,
freaking
protect
go.
your bombs.
Here's why I love it. Now, of course, I love it because Cav can be a bit of the cheese pig, right? But if you bring her out immediately, or like you see in the cap count, late into the round, it can be something completely unexpected unless they've done their VOD review. And what we've seen Timid do here with this Cav that has been so exceptionally well done is going and hiding on the table inside of the garage for that back push in. Now, it's probably going to be something similar. But if you can do it in a way that is going to be able to catch them off guard, the freaking Cav is the way to
5
go.
seconds to insertion.
And you called it, heading downstairs to the garage, jumping up on the table. I mean, taking a page out of the F5 playbook here. And the question is, are we going to see this attacking team make the garage side push? Potentially 4 of them coming over this direction. They're going to go for garage, or they're going to go here for this top-down clear.
No, they are going to definitely get some garage action going here. Full west side take. And oh my lord, this could be huge. A couple of members on rappel because why? They got to get that verticality. Oh yeah, they've done some VOD review.
Watching for the run out here from Cav, and there it is. No, she still gets it.
Timid still gets the freaking kill. Seen the Matrix, knew what to do. Gridlock off the board, and that's body pellets in favor of F5 as he pulls it off again. Timid, my goat. That was an absolutely beautiful play. They knew it was coming, and he still pulled it off.
There's no way that they expected him to be able to pull that off, especially with Gridlock looking exactly where they knew the run-out was going to be happening from. That was crazy.
Yeah, well, here's what it was. It was the repeat that did them in. They thought, ain't no way, and I read that and said that, ain't no way he would repeat it again, and yet he does. It's the double peak that finds the death.
Holding in this kitchen position as well. We're going to see the attacking team make a push in. They're spending their time upstairs clearing this 2F out, trying to get some positioning here, and going to open up this wall, looking down the hallway, trying to get those angles in here. Got to get some control over that 2F. Library, an important part of the defensive hold and the attacker take.
Yeah, especially that library and that library deployable, which is I'd say the #1 critical push point outside of library on a bar gaming setup.
Yep, and we see Demon here playing behind that shield, protected by the ADSs, and these attackers going to try and find a way to get that shield down. An important part of it, Timid goes down with the Cav. That was that Sledge taking him down?
85 coming alive. And now we find ourselves in a 3-3, back to that 20-second meta. Here's the problem, they still haven't been able to clear the shield. So pushing down this back stair is going to be a bit of a question mark, and going to have to see the rotate. It is Catalyst coming up from below. Get a little too late scenario.
5 seconds remaining.
3v1, 5 seconds left. They're going to clean it up nice and easy. F5 going to take round #1 off the back of the shoulders and back. Timid finding that early entry kill on the hubris filled double peak play.
The interesting thing there to me was we saw this. As do you like that? Of course we do.
Yes, Trail. Absolutely, I freaking like that. The Cav play again, the double peak. Oh, chef's kiss. How do you answer that? Because what does it do? Right outside of just being a little bit trolly for the pick, they get the entry. They get the entry on a double peak. What can you do at that point? You can check the box for mental chalk, right? I mean, man, you can't lose the gunfight twice, especially when you're looking at the person. Blake is going to be feeling himself for this next round. Does it play out or does he overcome it? That's the question.
Yeah, I think that that this is no average isn't an average T5 team, right? The Army of 5 I don't feel like we're going to see them in a mental chalk type of situation here. Losing the first round on Chalet, they're likely to make it happen, find a way to win here. So the thing I liked about that round, though, as well was interesting. We saw the attackers spend some time trying to clear out the top shield, but then when it came time, didn't actually execute, right? They wasted or used some of that utility, making it seem like they were going to push the shield, and then tried to find an alternative push down. Again, trying to adapt. I liked it. It feels like they're matching the F5 energy.
I'd agree with you, absolutely. Maestro on the pick here. I love the Maestro call. Recently, Rebirth got his 3rd cam and has dramatically increased his pick rate.
It sure has. Not just in rank, but I mean in a competitive siege as well. So here we're seeing Stealth play top blue, trying to find a position here, but it does not have the deployable to back him up. We didn't see the defenders bring the deployable this time. Going to rely more on intel and explosives to handle the attacking team.
Yeah, sure. Only really that you need that, and that it doesn't play into the hands of the enemy is on that bar game site. Otherwise, you're giving them some free cover. Not really unexpected. Bravo going to start taking a look here. So he's going to get that deployable cam. Starting to steal a ton of this intel. Really excellent use of the Bravo drone in here. Would love to see a Maestro cam taken. Or 2. Because who doesn't?
They're going to get that wall open, though, find a way to do it. Bravo's going to drop that 2nd clutch, try and find some more utility here. They want to try and see if they can grab at least one of these Maestro cams downstairs, and that's unfortunate. Going to lose one to start with. Going to see if they can't get this cam downstairs in a position to steal one of those Maestros, because it's playing in a spot where they can protect the plant if it's trying to go down. You can hear that Maestro. There it is.
Got it. Got him. Got him one. And that's going to be huge. Now, they are going to lose that clutch run. And with the last minute starting to tick away here, Whiskey, we're sitting still 5 all. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath when they get this wall open. Get ready. Impact trick, however, not going to allow them to
if they get the wall open.
Yep, that is exactly what I meant. It's going to be Stealth to get taken off the board first. Nice behind the refrag. Now taking them into a 4v3 as Jackal down low. Gonna find himself dying as well inside his sight. It's the Shoddy. Ooh, man. Ready and willing. Flashes coming in. 3v2. Pushing and go for the plant. Some damage done. Not going to be enough. We are the last one alive. And A5 going to take that round. That's the L85 to give the round to A5. I wish that rhymed a little bit better. I could have done that better.
You know, the thing about that one was we saw them not be able to get the wall open. Great impact tricking there from the defense. And saw the attacking team say, okay, we're not going to go for objective-based gameplay. Going to try and go for the kills. They just walk right in the kitchen there. And off the back of some great guns there, find a couple kills. That was exactly what they needed to tie this one up. Feeling a bit more even. Again, a bit more conventional. And I love seeing Demon bring out the Maestro again. They've got to find a way to handle the Brava. I was wondering whether or not they were going to add in a mute as an operator try and counter the Brava coming in to protect those devices. But for now, we're going to see how they handle it, going back here to the kitchen dining, using that same combination of operators. I think with the exception, Valkyrie wasn't playing last round, was she?
Oh, that's a good question, and I'm going to counter it with, I have no clue. So there you go.
Well, she's out in this round, so adding to the intel meta of Siege, we got 6 cams out there, all of these extra pieces of defensive intel utility here, out and ready to handle the attackers.
7 cams. Because we also got the deployable of the Jaeger.
Oh, he brought the bulletproof. Hasn't put it out on the board yet. Still, the bulletproof's still there. You're right. 7 cams. They're really bringing the heat from an intelligence standpoint. Gonna find a way to understand exactly where A5 Black is at every turn. Gonna hold a couple of the operators here upstairs again. Just vertical position, spending a lot of utility there to make sure they keep it.
Yeah, such an important piece of real estate. So we sit 5-all here. His first minute has been 5. Let's go coming out to try and you know who's noticeably absent on this kitchen dining push is that Osa. I really like seeing the Osa brought out. Stealth not going to die first this round. He's actually going to find himself a kill on to Blake, who is unfortunately going to be putting that oat in 3 scenario, and that is definitely.
They were waiting. I think he thought that the Bravadrome was going to come back and attempt to go for the steal, but no, she rotated herself outside. He's checking, make sure he's still got control of those cams. For now, he does.
Well, not going to be stealing it anymore. Bravo going to get taken off the board as the trade comes out onto trail. Now taking us into a 4v3. On the board. Oh, no, okay. That was going to be actually trail finding that kill. Even though perfect nice got through. It's now sitting into a 4v2.
Zero gonna find another, putting himself at 4-1 so far. Here we are in round 3, but this is only the 3rd round of putting himself up in a great position here as the current frag leader.
They are going to believe no impact trick yet again. That's going to mean they're not going to get that wall open, my friend. You're going to have to go for more of a traditional push here. Head in through the doorway. They are going to get that black demon, going to find the double. Ready, though. He's got an LMG whiskey. All he's got to do is spray and pray. He's going to find one. Knight can find the other. And F5 going to clean up. Take 2 on the first round.
To say, I thought we saw a trade there at the end, but no, Knight coming in, able to grab one there. We're going to see the first timeout here on the 2nd map. A5 Black taking it relatively early, right? We're only heading ourselves into round 4. They've only lost 2 at this point, but I think they're trying to prevent that huge momentum swing you get from F5 here on this defense on Chalet. They don't want to get too far behind just as the map's getting started, because they're down 1 map to 0 currently.
And a great bit of analysis coming in from Naj in the chat. And just go check him out, folks. Naj, a super huge friend to the Double Shot, and a great analyst in the EU. And if you want somebody to tell you how you're messing it up, well, I tell you what, he is one of the best in the game. That is the truth. Yep,
he
love
is the guy.
He is the one, the chosen one, the Naj.
He's going to be
so cool with the music.
He's going to be joining us on the grand final stream there for the Voltage League on Saturday morning, Eastern time as well.
That's right, the host with the most, baby, going to be asking the questions that the viewers want to know. So maybe you guys should all DM him.
Here we go, this bar gaming hold, and I think we're going to see Timid playing the dock upstairs, potentially in that library corner. See that relatively frequently, an important part of that defense. Stealth bringing out the Frost, and continuing to see her not have that tremendous drop-off that was certainly expected with the rework. So I've got a lot of hope that the reworks don't change the meta nearly as much as the grenades do.
Yeah, I definitely thought the Frost drop-off was going to be prevalent, but especially on Chalet, just not the case. And in fact, we've been seeing, you can almost normally count on Frost Matt inside of that mud area. We've also been seeing Frost herself playing in that mud area while really holding off that cut-off corridor. It's a good setup here by the defense, fairly standard, and I think you're right. There's that dock, and there he is. Open up some head holes and then get set up inside of the corner. Ready to take on the gunfights. Mirrored to get down into the closet, hold sight. Pretty good setup here on the attack side as well. Flora is going to be completely useful in taking out that deployable. He's going to get it on drone. No mute to stop that drone action.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and hold it with guns as an alternative. They do have the Thatcher to take out any of the ADSs, but with a combination of grenades and the Flores, I think you're right. Should be pretty likely they're going to be able to get this get this deployable down and out relatively quickly.
What a statement, and it's the reason I love this game. You said they're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and use the guns instead. The alternative, the alternative way to kill people in siege in game territory, use your gun.
You know, it's an important point, right? It's one of the reasons why we love Siege as a game. It's not a straight FPS. It is a tactical. It's competitive. It's team-based and utility-based. Fun way to be a part of it. And here, Blake getting active. Frost playing from behind that shield. Gonna get that one? No! Not gonna get it. Shield is going down.
Gone. I told you, they were gonna get that one on the first one for sure. Easy. When you don't bring a mute to back that up, you basically give away that intel for free unless you do the Flores ban, which of course we have seen before. Not going to be the case for this round. Getting rid of all of that extension util and a zombie caboose.
Yeah, Flores again gonna have another drone jumping through. Not gonna see it. What? Unfortunate there. Pushing the Frost out of position. They get the jump in, and Stealth is gonna have to rotate himself out of position there. Back down the stairs and try and hold it. Watching for the jump over. Gonna see that happen. No, but we are gonna see a couple nades come out. It is all up to Trail and Stealth here with 37 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, so a bit of the favor of the attack team, but as we say it, time waits for no man. That is a 25 black team. They're going to have to do a swing or be swung mentality here and just take this leap of faith and push in. Gotta find one and set up on the cross and then get going. Unfortunate for the defense, for the attack.
15 seconds remaining.
Right?
Great flash there. Chasing Stealth down to the bottom, but no, gonna rotate back up. Did they hear him? There's so much gunplay going on. No! Able to take 1, 2.
Operators, you are out of line.
And take the planter down. Oh, no. Got off at the last second.
Oh, yeah. He heard him coming. It was the Tomahawks. He was running at him. He said, no, thank you. That's exactly how that went down. He said, no.
Okay, so we head into round 5. F5 Esports up 3-1 on their defensive half. Army of 5 has found 1 so far. Trying to find their seconds, right? The standard split on Chalet, the defensive side of the map. Got to find a way to get at least 2 so they can go into a 4-2 kind of a half. F5 obviously wanting to continue their reign of dominance here on defense. And Stealth bringing out the Tubarão. Seeing him, we haven't seen him played so far in this. He was banned out on the previous map and not played. Still looking for Ubisoft to potentially fix the bug relative to him and the deployment of the Zoto canisters. Still seeing teams in general not playing him nearly as often, even though he's such an OP operator when played correctly and paired up with some of the Breach Denial. It's going to be a very OP operator once that FPS bug is no longer an issue for teams.
You think so?
I do, yeah.
I'm underwhelmed, to be honest with you. Like, I thought it was going to have a bigger impact on the game and really force the alternative instances, but you know what? We just don't see it playing out that way. Not nearly as often as I would like, that's for sure. And speaking of, going to capture the first game off the board. It's going to be that battle we were talking about, Catalyst and Stealth. Catalyst sitting at 5-4, Stealth at 4-4, and going to lose his life. And that back and forth.
Indeed, looking like they're going to get themselves, no, not going to be able to open up that wall. Trying to find the Thatcher. Where's the Thatcher playing? He's still droning out here. Yep. Because that's the thermite charge is stuck on that main breach, I think, because of the mute jammer.
You're right. I think you're right, my friend. But it gives him plenty of time. He doesn't need to get it right away. He knows he's gonna get it. There it is. Phone open.
There it is, open. Yep, and the mirror window in place. Yep, getting the mute jammers off so that way they can get that drone in. Great use of the Thatch util, but still Knight playing behind the mirror window, so they're going to have a hard time pushing him unless they could, I was going to say, unless they could clear off the window, but no. He's going to swing it while Thatcher is on the drone. 0 going down. That was a risky move, but this team likes to take some of these risks and play aggressively.
Well, here's the thought process behind it, right? You're in an active gun battle, and then all of a sudden the action stops. What happened? He either rotated out or he's on his drone. He took the risk that he was on his drone, and Solo finds the kill and then safely back behind the mirror. That was a super heads-up play by Knight there.
Trying to get some of these attackers in position, and Thermite almost gets swung. He is down to a sliver of health. We've got 41 seconds left, even though I think they know where these defenders are playing. Right now, they still got some of this defensive utility to get rid of. They still got the mirror window. Catalyst grabbing another.
Okay, uh-oh, now Kicks does go down. It's all on the shoulders of Demon. And speaking of Demon, he has got that shotgun in hand. 20 seconds left. In this 1v2.
15 seconds left.
Who is it going to be? Who is the one pushing Demon here? Downstairs, they're going to push Blue, and Catalyst takes it in the 1v1 peak. That blue hallway door. Another nice shot in the chat, maybe.
Maybe.
Another one falls, so there we're on round 6. A5 Black, we talked about them needing to take their second attacking win here to get that even split. They've done the work. Now they're in the position to put themselves tied 3-3 if they can win another.
3-3. That is a whole entirely different scoreline than what we were watching on map 2. As A5 has come freaking alive. One away from tying this up and sending us to a 3-3 on the floor. We're gonna head back to operator use the left. They broke. Well, don't you try to fix it.
Well, we're seeing this defending team be more successful playing the first floor sites, right? Those seem to be the better sites defensively. They go downstairs and they lose one in the basement. So where are you gonna go? Back to the kitchen dining, where so far they had been successful. They lost one to a gunfight, but I don't think that was more indicative of their play. They can hold this certainly. So likely to see them put in. Now they've got, again, all of these cameras. 7 cameras, again, brought out by this defensive squad. And no Brava on the side of A5 Black to steal that utility for this round.
Yeah, opt to blow it up instead as the Flores call is made. I'm not mad at it, to be honest with you, Whiskey.
They do have...
The Flores play.
I mean, I know for sure. Having Flores out here and... hopefully we're not having an issue. Stuck out at campfire, potentially. We'll see whether or not that's an issue, or if he was just typing to the teammates there.
Which would be also a bit of a silly move. I need to talk to him.
Good point. Now, the one thing we did talk, they don't have Brava on the attacking team, but they do have the IQ out, so they're going to be able to hopefully find these Valk cams pretty quickly, cover that utility. Not going to be terribly easy to clear out the Maestro cams like the Brava would be able to, but they're at least going to be able to find them and then figure out how to deal with it, unless, of course, she's dead, as Stealth takes Kicks off the board early here, and no longer going to be able to suss out that utility. That's a huge boost here for the F5 team.
Absolutely. And with the time, that's 1 minute and 40. They have done an incredible job of stalling out this attack team, really forcing them to take their time and suss out everything they're doing, because that play is there. They're going to get taken off the board. Now taking us into a 4v4 situation. The minute and 26 left on. They try to put something together here. Steve 4, yellow team, anything, however.
Now, holding the mirror window into piano, we're going to see the jump in. The flash comes out. Not going to be effective against the Warden.
I love how this mirror's put down low. What you're seeing is he's using it like a bulletable shield. Right, he's putting it down low on the top three, using it up that it pop out to the side makes it a little bit more unpredictable on where it is that your dome piece is going to be placed at, unless you peek the same angle, of course.
And they're clearing out this deployable. I don't know that they know that one of the defenders is playing behind, but no, they're going to open up the wall. They're going to take the mirror down.
Here, want to see if they can get that. Not yet. This should be the one.
Yeah, that whole wall is gone at this point. We're seeing him play upstairs, but not taken down. Warden finally falls there. Seeing the Valkyrie play, and she's going to rotate herself back down the solar stairs there.
Yep, it is scenic crowd. 10 seconds left. It's a 3v2, and it's a long angle. 3v1. Last one inside the turbine. They got him on camera. 4-2 on the split. That's going to be headed in the paper of F5.
I thought we might see him go for the plant, but no, too many defensive players and utilities surrounding him there. We see the A5 team not win that round and go down 4-2 here as we switch and see their defensive half. That's not a bad place to be, though, on a defensive-sided map, and they're going to go to Bar Gaming for their first.
It's the op swap, Whiskey. What do we need to see from A5 here for them to solidify this as their map, LA, in their W corner, in their W column, to send us to OT?
Well, we saw certainly the F5 team be more aggressive and better on the attack on the last map on Clubhouse. So there's some similarities between Chalet and Club, certainly. But the thing that we don't know for sure is how is F5 going to attack this. My guess, though, is aggressively. And that's exactly what we want to see. Easy call, like you said. We're going to see Catalyst peeking on this main mez window. Going down, getting spawn peeked, definitely not the way they want to start it. He's going to back off, though. Potentially kicks there. No, luckily we're going to see this, or unluckily, depending if you're an A5 fan. Not going to push it, going to play more conservatively. Probably a good call overall.
Yeah, here's the thing. We've seen A5 play a lot of times. We know they are capable of doing some great push together a bit of that buddy system so we can isolate some of those roamers, take them off early, win your ones, win your trades. I mean, they can do this. We've seen them do this before. They've got to put on a show here. The momentum seems to be all in the favor of F5 currently. And now we got the Grim on the board. They love that intel on defense. They're going to carry that over into the attack formation as well. Both Brava and Grim going to make use of some of that intel utility.
Intel and some flank control, right? Seeing that Grim brought out to be able to control where those defenders are, unless they want to get pinged out. So, like you said, with his rework, definitely seeing a serious improvement and pick rate in Grim ever since the buff to him and his gadget.
Ooh! Stealth, Gonzo Garmondo trying to live up to his namesake, but he's going to lose his life. Trying to count into a 5.
That's right. Working on getting this control here at the top of blue, but we're seeing two of the defenders play, and we're gonna see Ash push in. Yes, but Catalyst is gonna grab the kill. He is absolutely coming alive at this point. A triple here on round 7, and aiming for another quad.
Oh my Lord. There's no way he's about to ace right now. He's got the intel. They know exactly where he's at. They're going to find the kill on him. All goes out. It's going to be a double now for Trell. Trying to find himself a triple, and he does. He's single-handedly bringing this bad boy back.
That's right. We were seeing whether or not Catalyst was going to be on track for an ace. Now we're having that same conversation with Trail. Going to try and swing the Azami, yes or no? No, going to pause and go off here for a second. Take the fight on the stairs and gets a quad.
No freaking way. Whiskey, what are we watching? 40 seconds left, and Trail has a viable shot at winning this, and it's going to be, if he does, off the back of an ace. Blake, 1 in 6, got to find a way to win this 1v.
There's the drone. Now he knows where Azami is playing at. The swing or be swung. We got 22 seconds left. They know where the other player is at. crouched down here in the corner. Is he going to be able to take it? We're already at an 8-piece, my friend.
Blake to clutch it up for A5, putting that scoreline just a little bit closer. Even up. That was huge. 2 4-pieces. I say, sir, we can break out the barbecue sauce, my friend. Holy cow.
The fact that we saw dueling 4Ks on each side of the map, on each side of this, that was, I mean, really unbelievable to see. It's rare that you see the 4K or the ace in a single round, but to see it happen on 2 different, that's when you can tell a player is absolutely feeling themselves, but also on the back of some great intel from their teammates, right? Letting them know where the rest of the players are at. As, you know, Trail was there by himself trying to clutch it up, so 4 other players helping him identify where all of those defenders were sitting. But making it happen in 2 with the drone on his own as well. Good droning there in the library, just not able to win the 1v in the prone position.
85 Black going to take the first win on the back end of the half for map number 2. Get closer to tying up that scoreline. 1 away, in fact, from doing just that. As we head down to the basement side, and it's a bit of a question mark, right? In this age of verticality, basement is definitely a tougher site to hold. There's plenty of soft breach to open up above you. Including the Islami. I mean, both teams definitely got Ram on the board. They're already just opening up a ton of real estate.
That's right, and we see Fuse gonna play upstairs and try and do the drop from that main mezzanine window. Indeed, he is using the trick exactly the way we expected.
What happened?
The defense knew exactly what was going to happen there and were able to shoot it off, but they're still able to get a few off. They've opened it up. I think they're trying to clear out the utility from down in the basement. You've still got Cade playing downstairs here, trying to get those Cade claws in place. I didn't see where he threw that one. They've still got the main breach is covered, so they're unable to clear the utility using the fuse to open it up. They're going to get it with the Thatcher Thermite combo, though.
A bomb has been located.
Yet able to open up the wall nice and easy. It's a 5 feet. As the attackers are starting to come alive, Trail going to be the first to fall on the attacking side. Catalyst having a hella game sitting at that 2.0 ripped off by stealth.
That's a back-to-back trade from those two, and well, you called it, my guy. A fight between those guys.
It's real. Now it is 4-1. Okay, we saw back-to-back 4Ks. We're gonna need to keep one right here if Jaeger wants to have any hope at keeping this one alive. They've got a ton of big. One, the easy ball finds take the shot off the way, find it, the points start to go down. 5 HP in the screen. Gonna have to take this first fight here on the stairs, but it's not gonna be the case. Now gonna have to go ahead and push around to the back end of it, where Ram, of course, sits in wait and ready. This is a tough situation. Find yourself and night clean it up.
Yeah, in this case, the attackers had the plant going down, so there was all that added pressure there on the defender. He couldn't just walk around, couldn't drone. He didn't have enough time to try and find a way to make that happen. And now we're seeing it. We're getting dangerously close, my friend. 5-3 for F5 Esports, and we're getting close to that match point. And if you're just joining us, this is a best of 3. We saw F5 win Clubhouse already 7-5. So when we hit match points for F5, that'll be series points, and this is a win or go home single elimination bracket. So you need to find a way to win one here if you're on the A5 Black team to keep this series going and push us to border, which is what we want to see.
So you can do that? I didn't know that would support you back there. Look at that. bulletproof cam. Big fan, my friend.
Interesting
Uh-huh.
indeed.
With the music, it just makes me sound empty. You're so good at it. Okay, folks, let's talk about this event.
By attackers.
A little bit of the long game. Blake going to be bringing out that DMR. We talked about it being devastating into the hands of the right person.
Attackers are
Maybe a
heading
little
out
bit
to
of
defuse the
backup
bomb.
shotgun work from the mute, some slowdown from the castle, and a little bit of that trap hot feeling. Oh, wait, I didn't even look at the attack team. Sens, Lion, Finka, Nomad. But is this going to be a quick plant without a shield? Do they have a quick plant? Is there a quick plant for 2F?
I don't know that we've seen one executed, but they're going for this this bit of distraction plus the extra health from Finka. I mean, that 60 HP is going to do good even if you're not in a quick pan scenario. But it's a good question, Whiskey. It looks like it could be an option. Blake going to take down Stealth, so hopefully it was an important part of that quick plan. Buck down, the DMR reigning.
Yeah, we talked about that long range devastating. 5-4 tipped in favor of A5 Black, so if there was a quick execute, it's going to be slowed down or slowed a bit. Might be looking towards a demon defining on the plane. Far gone. Okay, gone. Floss gonna find the
no.
kill on the Nomad. Huge play. Now we're sitting to a 3-3 here. 59. Oh my god! Lion goes down. Wait for that Finka boost.
That's right. He's got to get himself in a position for the Finka, but no, the C4 takes him off the board. And Demon, the Sens, we talked about at the setup, it's all up to him. Trying to make this play happen on the big window repel, clearing out some of that utility, going to find a way to jump in. Got that blocked off, but not from the shoddy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you got the shotgun in your hand. It's a spray and pray scenario, and then he saw him. It was fine. He wasn't even worried about it. Like, hello, good night, and goodbye. Welcome to my TED Talk for 2F.
Well, here we are, A5 Black. They heard the speech. They said, we don't want to go to match point right now. We want to take it to border, so we're going to start this push back. Again, a little bit defensive sided. Now, Naj called it out. Chalet being a strat-heavy map. Play it, hold those positions. Going to see A5. They've definitely got the option. Find out a way to slow this attacking team down. Grab a couple early kills. And so far, they've been able to make it happen. And feels like, again, a little bit of a late round energy here from the A5 Black.
Yeah, I agree. Here's the problem, though. We don't want to let it fall into a pattern, because if it's A5 and then F5, A5 and then F5, then A5 doesn't win this game, right? Then they are out here. We need to find that early end, and then
10 seconds remaining.
they got to capitalize on it and take the round win. Tie up the score line and then hold it for the next one. That's the problem. Don't get adapted on the next
Attackers
one.
are moving.
This is a good defensive setup here they've got for Mez. They've got the Mute Jammer. They've got the Kibas. They've got the Mira. Trying to hold on to this library position. Make sure they've got solid control of it. Plus opening up a lot of places there from the floor into A. So in case there is a drop, they're going to see it happen real time.
I like the adaptation here by F5 as well, right? We got that Grim and Apatow combo. Grim is really kind of the combo man, right? You use him in conjunction with all kinds of players. You use him in conjunction with Nate, Grim, IQ, anybody that's bringing those along. You can use them for the underneath shotguns and AR play. You can use them for quick plants. I mean, he's just a very versatile player, and we'll call him the combo mode, because him in conjunction with almost anybody else is always going to be a big W.
That's right. Seeing the defenders try and find this spot, Frost going a little bit crazy, peeking those angles. I don't know whether or not she needs to be taking those kind of risks at this point. Still plenty of time in this round and not seeing the attackers push.
Yeah,
At least her
slow
position
down here.
anyway.
There was that factor. Remember we talked about why he's banned out? That was the exact reason why. Took out all of the ADSs, which means they were able to grenade that deployable with ease. I love it. I love seeing Thatcher utilized not in a traditional sense of just a breach.
Yeah, agreed. That's his position. He seems like he's always in position for, but there, gonna see Frost getting ready. All of this attacker utility pushing that position. They're gaining control upstairs here, forcing Azami into this last safe position behind the barricade. Stealth gonna grab a double there, and it's a 5v1, all up to cause again. I feel like we've said that at least once during
Cover
this.
the bomb diffuser.
Oh yeah.
10 seconds to go. 10
And
seconds.
flawless round for F5 as they showed a dominant performance, and it is. Whiskey, it's the pattern, right? We'll see, at least on the back end of the half here, we see A5 come up with a strategy, play it out, it works, they get the dub. Then F5, because they were up in the score line already, they can play more of a reactive role. Instead of a proactive, they don't have to rely on that aggression. They can still take the swings, right? They can still take those early gunfights, but naturally they can just hold back. Pattern continues. A5 wins one. F5 puts it away on the next two.
Attackers need to locate.
That's only, of course, if that pattern continues. It's not what we want to see. We want to see the decider map. But if history is repeating itself over and over again, that might be the way it goes.
One of the change up from a strategy perspective I'm liking seeing here from the A5 team, bringing out the Goyo. That's one way to try and slow this attacking team down and force them out of some positions or cause them to have to take alternative routes in that can maybe funnel players into these defensive strongholds. Hopefully they can make that happen. Goyo, a good way to do that. Those canisters, there we go, placing them in sight as well. There's one. Gonna put another one down and trying to cover some of these default plant locations here in the A bomb site.
Right, but you have to expect that the attack team is coming with speed and aggression. They're coming with pace to try to end this one out, catch you on the back foot. A couple of operators designed to do that. Ash, Grim, and Capital.
Barrier activated.
Already putting some pressure up on the Solarium window area. And nobody down in that basement could potentially try to contest it, like you saw F5 do. So, a bit of a question mark on holding is going to be Solarium control getting free.
I think that's definitely an aggressive play style. I don't think that's the typical play, but would it catch the F5 team off guard because, you know, they're thinking nobody else is going to play it? Potentially is what the kind of play we'd like to see. Definitely.
Well, I think it's almost needed here, right? I mean, got it.
Great shot there by the defense, recognizing that that was coming out, but they're going to be able to open it up here with the hatch. We're going to see Ash, try and clear out that, disabling all of those ADSs in place, and we're seeing the fight fire with fire.
Ooh, Trail to find kicks now puts us into a 5-4 situation with the active body balance. Ooh, had to come down. They even had to cross through the fire to do so. Now puts us into, well, not a bad position for this defense, as there's only a minute 13 left, Whiskey.
That's a bit of a unfortunate timing there. Looked like we are going to see Trail. I don't think knew that Catalyst was playing downstairs. Catalyst could have gotten a free kill here, but no. He's rotated himself back upstairs. Like two ships passing in the night. They didn't see each other, so Trail survives that encounter. It's unfortunate for the A5 team.
A lot of info fed by that Grim Beast. Everybody was lit up there for just a second. 4 seconds left on the board. Gonna have to see F5 make a play here to They want to lock this one down. A5 trying to hold on, Whiskey.
Everybody's downstairs on this first floor. There's 29 seconds left.
It's the 20-second meta, and it's been playing out every single stinking round. They get the Mira off the board. That's going to be Stealth finding Catalyst off the. Now take this into a 4v3, but trade it out. The Zero going to get Stealth off the board. The swing in, the double. Now takes us into a 2v3 as the defense is now up, and they're going to stay around for another round, my guy.
Blake grabbing a double to finish it out, and wow, seeing Catalyst take down Stealth could have been the turning point there. Still got one more round. F5 sitting there on match point. They're up 6-5. This is it. Again, we talked about, if you're just joining us, this is a best of 3. We saw F5 win the first map, Clubhouse, 7-5. If they win this, it is over. They move on in the playoffs to the semifinals. A5 goes home. A5 can squeak out a win here on this map, force it to overtime, win an OT. Then we'll get to see Border as that third decider map in this best of 3.
Oh, let's go. Okay, so we talked about it earlier, the pattern that has been proven to be the case here. If that is the case, F5 wins this because of science, right? It's just the way that has been going. A5 needs to come alive and tie this up and take it to OT. It has to happen. And who did they bring to do so? I like the castle play here. Gonna be real honest with you. Fully extended as well. Really gonna do an incredible job of trying to slow down this attack team. I like this ball.
I think the big question is going to be, are we going to see, we talked about the fact, Naj mentioned strat heavy map here on Chalet. Are we going to see the A5 Black hold, play, not take the unnecessary swings, not put themselves in a position to lose some rounds when they really don't need to? Can they hold on to this, just hold the positions and not take those unnecessary risks? You're playing defense on Chalet. That could be the change up here. Are they going to get? Are they going to play too aggressive against this aggressive team? Lose out from that perspective.
Freaking drones, man. Nice wake off the board. Ooh, but it gets traded out, and then another trade is Stealth going to find. Okay, Knight finds Knight, Stealth finds Zero. Now taking this into a 4v3. 2 minutes still on the board. Flores coming in to do what Flores said. Try to get that deployed down.
Oh, that is huge.
That is a huge pick with me. Now into a 4v2. We're going to have to see something special here out of Army of 5. They have got to find equalize this body. There's still plenty of slow it down and really take their time to suss out and isolate these 2 last players.
That's right. We're seeing this attacker utility come out and clear the defender utility. They're getting themselves set up in positions. I think they've already got some knowledge here, of course, where the defenders are playing, and Demon takes one down. It is all up to causes.
Let's take a look at it. And going down, and it's going to be the rotate. It's too little. It's too late. F5 moving on in the playoffs. A5 taking that proverbial bus ride home. What a freaking game. F5 is ready for it.
7-5 on 2 maps in a row there. Seeing this team go down. I'm surprised, my guy. 7-5, 13 there for the kill leader. What a round to see it. So, wow, my friend.
Yeah, you're right. 13 for the kill leader, but here, let's highlight it. Why did map 2 go to F5? There were 4 members of that team in the last round that had double digits on their kills, right? 1 on the defense, or 1 on the side of A5, the standout Catalyst just being an unstoppable menace, but unfortunately can't put it all on his shoulders. It was a team-based game, and F5 just communicated better on that one. That's just what it boils down to. They're going to move on in the playoffs, and it was a valiant attempt by A5. Unfortunate that they're going to be knocked out at this round.
Yeah, we hate to see them go so soon. This was a fun team to watch. Like Catalyst just putting up some great numbers. Did need to see maybe a little bit of support from the rest of the team there. There was a few, but really carried the back on both of the games we've seen from this team. I think we've got a lot of great things coming from them in the future. So big congrats to them for making the playoffs, making it this far, getting into this quarterfinal game. But the big GG going to F5 Esports, finding a 7-5 win on Clubhouse and another 7-5 win on Chalet there to move on in the playoffs, find their spot in the semifinals.
Yeah. Yep, big plays and big W's. Just want to say thank you so much to you guys for hanging out with us for this cast. It's been just absolutely amazing. You guys really freaking showed up for this one, and we certainly appreciate it. If you like us, if you love us, if you hate us, why don't you add us? You can find us on Twitter. I'm at glitter_whiskey. This is at RacingBNGR. We just want to talk Siege. Right? Send us your clips. Send us anything. We just want to freaking talk about it. It's so much fun. We've enjoyed the hell out of that.
We got a couple big ones coming up too. You're going to find us here tomorrow night. We are going to be bringing you the first round of the Zenith Competitive League qualifiers here. Friday night gaming on the Siege Double Shot. We're going to be bringing you roughly 5 hours worth of qualifiers there. The whole first round here for Friday night, starting on the channel at 5 p.m. You're going to see those. The Zenith qualifiers, the teams that have already been invited, there's some big names. And we're definitely going to spend time breaking that all down tomorrow during the cast, but we're gonna see you back here tomorrow night, and then another huge, I can't even believe we're doing this 3 nights in a row, my guy, but Saturday morning Eastern time, we're gonna be joined by Naj the analyst and helping to cast the grand finals in the Voltage League. That's a best of 5 versus 2 amazing teams. We talked about that a little bit during the setup, getting to see the team that played against Fresh and Friends today in the Malta, the Cyber Qual. So pretty cool that we're going to be able to cast that team as well. Looking forward to that. So that'll be Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern on the Voltage League channel, in addition to ZCL tomorrow, right back here. That's a lot of Siege coming at you, my friend.
That's right. And you're wondering, how in the hell am I supposed to keep up with that? Well, friends, we've got a Discord. Come hang out with us there. It is pretty Siege specific for the most part. You've got ranks of Copper through Championship or Champion. There's quite a few competitive teams that play out of the Siege Double Shot. Special shout out to Siege Demigods and the Double Shot Elite. But lots of fun places to hang out. We play all kinds of games in there. And a couple of other streamers doing some streaming things, including myself, who will be streaming after this cast for a little variety hour Siege streaming. So yeah, come in, as Tom J would say, get around and get amongst it.
That's right, and we're looking forward to, he's been doing a great job casting those as well. Super fun to watch, part of the watch party today, so really looking forward to seeing some more of that come out. But yeah, a couple big casts coming up for us this weekend.
Let's go. Can't wait. Starting to get the grand final title as we have been just pulled into, what was that last count? Like 15 grand final appearances in 2023?
That's right.
Yeah. I like being the grand final, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, happy to be a part of it. And like we said, there's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We're glad that you're here with us on the Siege Double Shot.
Big shout out to Army of 5. Thank you so much for the great games. It was a valiant attempt, and big, huge shout out and GG's to F5 as they take it home. Well, folks, we've come to the dreaded part of the evening where the siege has ended. There is no more. Alas, we must bid you adieu. So, folks, as the lights start to dim and the jukebox starts to sing closing time, as always, my friend, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
Heyo.
Let's go.